All right, so today's video, we got a treat for you. We're watching I think a gold tank that says this is the never-ending game. It just doesn't end. Now, it's a long game. We might have seen a longer game before, but what's interesting about this one is they say that their supports are always out of position. Supports are telling them to play Zarya. Tanks blaming the supports. Supports are blaming the tank. We got a classic on top of a long game, and if you look up here at the kill feed, we're already off to a good start. Apparently, it's Rialto happening before the map even starts. Hope you enjoy. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't. Seriously, do you know when my videos go live? It's video time.
Beautiful. It's always a good start when your Kiriko falls off the map before the game even starts. All right, so far your comp is fine. I mean, you got a Zen, Kiriko. They have a Winston. We'll see how this goes. Now, there is going to be some Sigma and Orisa here, chat, so I'm sure people are excited about that. Kane, thanks for the 12 months. That'd be trying. Thank you. What rank is this? This is gold.
Wow, 12 months. That's almost a year. It's video time, Matt.
So far, you're playing okay. I'm okay with this so far. Not a bad start. Also, like, I want to see what tank they stay on, because if they were telling you to go Zarya right now, I'd be very surprised, because, believe it or not, Winston's a good hero against Zarya, because you can prevent a lot of Zarya's initial damage and the ability to build that energy, so you just, like, Winston is not, like, the most ideal tank to play against as Zarya. My guess is that probably shifts, and this is just the beginning of the game. Everything's fine right now. But I mean, what was the description? I mean, the supports think the tank's playing bad, want the tank to go Zarya. The tank thinks the supports are always out of position, and that's pretty much where we're at. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's just the beginning of the game. So far, everything's been fine. Keep in mind, this is a 30-minute plus game, just to point that out. So, starting off good here, but if something happens in this game.
45 months, that's almost a year.
Jet for sale, thanks for the 45 months of the Peach Prime. Thank you, appreciate it. The shield placement needs work. I'm not even worried about the shield right now, because the shield's not even going to get much value outside of blocking off the heals, which a lot of the heals a lot of the shield has blocked off the heals accidentally. So, be careful of this ult. I was just going to say, they're going to jump out of that. Don't worry, we've all been there. It always seems like a great idea at the time to try to ult. Like, let me show you something here. I'm actually going to pause back, because this happens to me all the time. So when you're playing, actually, yeah, you're gonna hear the mic connecting out here. So when you're playing Sigma, how often do you find yourself in this situation, right? How often do you find yourself in this situation? You go, you know what? We got a Winston in there. You got a Genji in there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So you hit your ult, and then they use their mobility and get out of it. So sometimes, and something I still need to learn is Sigma, and I've been playing Sigma forever. Wow, this green screen's really on fire right now. This is wonderful. This is looking good. This is my shirt. It's a really cool shirt. It's no big deal. So, when you see this, the best thing you can do when going against mobile heroes is waiting on a cooldown. I still do this. I sometimes try to get the Genji who's blading. Remember, when Genji blades, they get a dash reset. When Winston doesn't use their leap, they can get out of the ultimate. So you need to kind of pay attention to cooldowns when playing against mobile heroes. Better option here, just go for their backline. It forces a lot more like a difference, but like this is what I mean. It looks good on paper, and then they're all out of the ultimate. But then you just blame your team or something. You're like, oh yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just saying, this happens all the time. It just, when you have mobile heroes like that. No, you said fix my green screen? I want to, and I can, and I will. When will that be? I don't know. Nothing you can do there. They position, and you kind of lost your positioning for a little bit. Now, I'm looking at their comp, and I still don't see where they want you to go Zarya. My guess is that's later on in the game. Unfortunately, we don't see that stuff, so I don't know, like, what's happening. If they're trying to get you to go Zarya now, like, I'm very confused in that one. Oh, Orisa. Wow, what a treat. What a treat. Neon Light, thanks for the 2 gifts. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Well, at least we get to see some Orisa gameplay, which just Orisa recently got buffed. It's not a bad choice here. I mean, it wasn't bad. Why did he fortify early when no one was looking at him? I don't know. Hit buttons. I'm not going to look at every single cooldown and be like, bruh! Like, it's more if I see it consistently, then that's when I start to kind of, like, comment on it. And before, I probably will comment on it randomly for another hero when they use their ability for the first time, but you know what? Listen. So far, this is fine. I remember to stay in your point. First of all, why? You're on Orisa, and you're saying you're wondering how the game's going? Listen. You mentioned your support's position, and I already see your position right here because you could have easily stayed on the point. Could have easily touched the point there, and probably held the point at that, because they're down multiple. Anyway, you're on Orisa. There's no reason to back away and just sit there and wait. So, you mentioned your teammate's positioning. Not a bad ult. Just back up a little bit now. I'll take that ult. I'm fine with it. Listen, you're playing close. You're going to get rolled now. Okay, ult was fine. You didn't back up, though. You just stayed there. So far... you mentioned your support's positioning. Your positioning has been not ideal, just to give you an idea. Mechanics have been fine, like your aim, how you're doing stuff, but your position right there, not good. Shannon, thanks for the 10 months. Thank you, appreciate it. I will say, if your teammates are telling you to go to Zarya right now, I have no idea why. Also, your teammates are now... So you're seeing your Ana out of position. That's because you... Okay. I want to give you something here, because I think I already know this is happening, because I saw you look over at this Ana. You're like, oh, my Ana is out of position! Right? First of all, you know, listen, apparently someone in here is trying to sell some sandals. Also, Ana's just saying hello to her daughter. Wow, they're apparently my Boston accent's there. Saying hello to her daughter. You know, they're just, you know, saying how everything's been going, catching up a little bit. So that's listen, at that point, sometimes it's just a family reunion, okay? Second of all, let me ask you a question. Why is this Ana here? I want chat to recognize this. Why is the Ana here to begin with? How did this all happen? Because, you ready? Because someone didn't get on the point. All right? So, you want to talk about your support's positioning? That's how that all happened. Shouldn't the Ana have died to reset, though? I mean, you could go with, like, in hindsight, probably. But, like, I'm not going to, like, focus too hard on that because I feel like it was a longer team fight past that. So that was, like, probably, but it's a chain of, like, events right there, right? It's that domino effect that happened, right? Did Ana shoe shopping? Hey, those are some pretty cool looking sandals, I'll tell you that much. Out of curiosity, what made you stop going for that Winston to go on their front line? Because you might have been able to save your Ana there because there was a discorded Winston with an ult. Instead, you stop shooting at the Winston and you go to the point. I'm gonna be real with you. Your positioning right now on Orisa has been like, you can back away. You do not have to go, exactly, overextended is the correct way to describe that. You've done that multiple times now. It's okay to back up. It's okay to play chokes. It's okay to give up card time if it results in your team winning. This is a good ult, by the way. This is a very good ult. I like this play. That's a planned play, though. That's a good play. That's a good play. What advice do I have for new Doom players? Honestly, what made me better at Doom is learning how to consistently hit the right click, and everything else came with time. I initially went in trying to like learn like the style of like, okay, I'm gonna punch in, I'm gonna slam out, or vice versa. And then after a while, I got good at that, but then I couldn't hit a right click, so I just focused on hitting my right clicks, and then my Doom got significantly better. So. Yeah, this is, I don't know what this is a team effort here. I don't know why your Ana's on the flank there. You're out of position. The Ana's out of position. That's a support out of position one. I will agree with. Wait 1 second here. I want to point. Yeah. Just wait. You have time. You have time. Okay, you're good now. Here we go. That Pharah has ult. You know it. Good job. Orangus is gold. All right, so you have 53 seconds here now. You have Zen ult, Pulse Bomb, and your ultimate. So what you want to do right now is you want to not... Oh, no. Oh, okay. We gotta... In a good spot. In a good spot. Going back for cooldowns. In an okay spot. The one hero that's not in a good position is Orisa. Now, I know that Orisa has no fall-off damage now. That doesn't mean you have no damage taken now. So when you do a play like this, maybe you'll get back in time. Maybe you won't. But that doesn't help your team one bit. Your team now is forced to fall back. This is not in your supports. Honestly, playing right here is totally fine the whole time. It's a hard choke to get through, and if you go there, that is how you play into the other team doing that. All right? You gotta clean up on that, because like that's not gonna be good. Your teammates are now susceptible to the dive main. They have ult. You're gonna come to the fight late. And then this is how it starts. Like, you're like, oh, I'm back in time. But yeah, you like...
Hi, emongg, I hope
you're not making it easy on your team. Your team has to play differently. You give up map control.
Friday, tomorrow, emongg blankies, emongg blankies, emongg blankies.
Ult cart. Good ult. But it's already... They already have the map control on you. So, yep. Yeah, that's what I talked about, like, with that domino effect. Look what happened. You went out of position. You misplayed that. And then you're talking about how your teammates are also out of... You know, you get what I'm saying here at this point? Like, you see, like, what I'm talking about there? So, anyway. All right, let's see what happens. Plenty of time left in this game. Okay, back on Sigma. I don't mind the Sigma. Okay. I don't mind the Sigma. I do see their comp, though. Remember, and I want to point this out again. When you play against a Rhine, you are not face tanking the Rhine. You are not face tanking the Rhine. Okay, I gotta pause for a second. Somebody said, to be fair, I would take that space there too. Okay, fair enough. You know what? Let's talk about that for a second, because somebody in the chat says they would also take the space there too. All right, what's the problem with that though? No. This is back to referencing the Orisa who played aggressive. We're not talking about this part right now, right? What's the problem with that? No, it's not. You can take damage. There we go. Exactly, chat. Your team needs to go with you too. It's not just a you go up there by yourself. If your team goes, if you go, hey, can we push up? And you turn around and go, oh, okay, I see everybody coming with me. Then you push up. But if you go up there by yourself and your 4 teammates are back, you're not gonna win that way. Right? So would I play aggressive there? Probably. Would I do it if my teammates didn't go up with me? No, because there's no point. So if your team isn't there with you, you have to play with your 4 other teammates. So that's the problem there. All right, back to, by the way, remember, the closer you get to Rhine, the less fun you're gonna have. So, coming from somebody who plays Sigma a lot, you're going to get stuck here until your teammates start to break shields. I want to give you a little bit of a strategy that you can do, but I'm going to watch it for a second. I want to see what happens in the next about 30 seconds. Never mind. The Reinhardt has decided to charge into your team randomly. Don't be afraid to go up the stairs left side and take high ground. That change of pace sometimes forces their team to try to, like, react to it, and then your team can do well. That Reinhardt just basically fed you a free pick. If you're the Reinhardt in that situation, do not charge past that corner. You will hold that corner against Sigma for like for a long time, and you have a wall there to hide. 76, thanks for 39 months. The future friends, you're right, there's almost here. Thanks for 39 months.
Almost a year, yeah.
Appreciate it. Don't be afraid to ult here aggressively. Don't ult now, you're fine. Unless you're gonna ult the Rhine in front of you on point, then that's fine. Yeah, I think ulting aggressively is the play there. Also, something you have to do, because there's like this... It's like this balance you have to understand as a tank, and it's easier said than done sometimes. If they're gonna eventually get there, so you saw the window within the Rhine made it here, okay? At a certain point, you need to play on this side, and you go, why? I need to control space as a tank. At this point, you're playing into their favor if you play on this side of the card. You need to like basically spam out their shield, then use your ultimate. Like you can't, like creating space as a tank is fine, but like at a certain point, you're LOS and your teammates because your teammates are playing on this side. You get what I'm saying? You said all tanks are better than Rhine in a 1v1? If you put a Sigma next to a Reinhardt and a Reinhardt just swings on the Sigma the whole time, I will not have as much fun. Mainly against aggressive Rhine. Good patience. Get the Ashe. Nice job. Yep, Brock, we'll take it, you know, preventing some damage there. That's okay. Kill the Bob quickly. I'm okay with that. They got the res, but I'm not worried about it. Good bashing ult. You should be good. You can go for the Mercy, and then now you go for the Rhine. There you go. Can you one-trick D.Va in plat lobbies? I don't know, probably. I don't think you'd have an issue playing D.Va, I'd say. Yeah, you're probably fine. Nice shots. Okay, be careful now. You're face tanking a Rhine. You do have a Bastion there, but I want to point out you're face tanking a Rhine. Okay, yeah. I always mention this. When you're playing against a Rhine, you are not... You know, so that's the support's fault? You know, it's funny because I think I've been there before. That's happened to me. Honestly, that's Rialto though. You know, I think we, you know, if we've been at that part of the map, we've all been there. You said it's the support's fault. They should have gone Lifeweaver and pulled them. That's true. I'm watching.
Let them up.
You're gonna get the Rhine. Bastion's there. Nice. I just want to point out, though, it's okay as Sigma. You don't have to take, like, a ton of space in a lot of fights. Ult that. I was gonna say, that is, like, an easy ult for you. You're gonna get one more in that. It's gonna be the Moira, because they can fade away during it. Or there was a time when they faded away. Excuse me. But, like, this is what I mean. Like, it's okay to take your time as Sigma. I find that as a tank, and then this goes for pretty much every tank, this goes including for me sometimes. You feel like you have this obligation and that you have to, like, create space by just running into their team. But you know what's going to be better for you? Just breaking the Rhine shield, and then the Rhine, he'll have to back away, and then you take your map control as you do that. Instead, you just get rolled. You just can't do anything against that. So that's why I always say you're not Reinhardt when you're playing Sigma. Reinhardt, you'll play differently against. You both have shields. It doesn't mean your playstyle is the same. It's okay to just sit back and spam the Rhine shield. It's okay to take your time. Oh, and a risk of time now. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. You said you're still confused as to why their team would want you to go Zarya. I agree. The two tanks they've been on is Rhine and Winston, and they want you to go Zarya. That part's been very confusing to me because both those tanks match up very well against the Zarya. And reset. Yes, just so you know, I actually like the D.Va matchup here. Believe it or not, and this could be a hot take, I actually don't mind the D.Va matchup against Rhine because I don't face tank the Rhine. I play high ground and I play distance and I just break their shield over time. I don't mind that matchup at all. So like you'll see me go D.Va against this comp sometime because like I won't play at the pace that the Rhine's playing. I'll be able to kind of dictate what I want to do. Also, you're kind of just running at them now, and I can see why you're doing that. at a certain point, you need to stop, like, just face rolling the same area and try to take somewhere else on the map. Go right side. Give them a change of pace. Take the high ground on them top right. Do something different. It doesn't involve just, like, running it down mid, waiting for your teammates to stack ultimates. And that's exactly what you're doing. Obviously, you have to run to the cart now. This is a different story. But, like, change up how you're playing. You'd be very surprised what happens when your team does something different than what the team has been seeing. Like, even if you don't think it's a good idea, you're like, oh, I can't go high ground. Sometimes that change of pace, the other team doesn't know how to react to it right away, and you win a team fight. And the next thing you know now have the advantage. You see what I'm saying? I would ult. Yeah, ult now. Good ult. That's fine. It worked out. I mean, honestly, we can play the song there because they could have easily touched the point even with that ultimate. They misplayed the way they went. All right, here we go. Yep. They could have easily touched the point there. I really want you to focus on this, though, because you're just, like, spamming cooldowns and running at them. By the way, I still want to point out, I still have no idea why at any point your teammates wanted you to go Zarya against their comp. I'm going to be real with you. I still have zero clue why they want you to go that. Like, at no point do I go, I'm going Zarya here. I couldn't tell you. Also, your support's position, and outside of that one moment we talked about, well, sorry, 2 moments? No, 1 moment, because the other time was just, like, because you didn't touch the point, has been pretty solid. So, I just want to point that out. All right, here we go. You have your ult. Don't be afraid to be aggressive with it. They do have Pharah ult, though. Be careful. Honestly, that went in your favor. If that Pharah ults right away, yeah. If they ulted even prior to that, you were falling over. But it worked out. They didn't use their ult. They saved it. They saved it, and then you get the point. What tank would I recommend when you have a Widow Hanzo on your team? Ana? Sigma? Sigma's probably good there. You slow down, like, the pace of your team. You can also go with dive comp if you really want to, but, like, the follow-up might not be as good. So, like, I think, like, with that comp, Sigma's a safe pick. Because you can do damage, you can create space by zoning damage, and you're good to go. All right, not a bad attack towards the end there, but... Okay, now you're back on Sigma again. And this time, your teammate won't randomly fall off the map. So you'll have all your teammates here right at the beginning. Don't worry, chat. We still have about 10 minutes left of this game. All right.
The barrier appears.
Remember, they have a Rhine. You have a Rhine. Oh, they have a Rhine, that is. Be careful. Don't face tank the Rhine. You have to give up a little bit of map control here. It's okay. It's okay. Be careful. It's okay to give up a little bit of space here. Now you can go in, maybe like, there you go. But don't get too close to that Rhine, I'm telling you. Good job breaking the shield. You bought a little bit of time for your team. That's good. You're staying too close, though. Eventually, they're going to just grind you down here, and you're going to get rolled. Good eat on the honor grenade. Back away. You don't have to stack the card here. You just use your... Big slam. Nice ult. Honestly, good ult. Unlucky sleep. Not unlucky sleep. Good sleep, but like, I understand where I was going.
Okay, so I keep bringing this point up. Let me just move this other mic here. I keep bringing this point up about like Reinhardt and Sigma, okay? Sigma does a lot of damage. That is Sigma's damage output. Reinhardt benefits when you play close. So, what is going to be more beneficial, right? A Reinhardt that is like, for your team, you're on Sigma, you're going, okay, you know, woo, you're popping in your damage, you're doing all your shots, okay. What is going to benefit the other team more is you standing next to a Reinhardt going, hey, what's up? You want to duel this out? No! You want to stay distant, you want to start shooting the shots at him. Reinhardt, during this time, has two options. Stand here like this, like, hello, I'm Reinhardt. And that's it, can't do anything else. Or they have to walk towards you like this, same result. Their shield keeps breaking. You back up with that distance, you spam them out, Ryan's shield breaks, Ryan goes, uh-oh, and does two things. Charges, like that, or backs away. Both are beneficial to your team. But when you stand in front of a Ryan, and they can then hammer you and be like, woo, yeah, what's going on? That's playing into the Ryan. So as Sigma, you want to play distance. You can play somewhat close and then back away. Spam their shield. When Ryan has no shield, Ryan gets absolutely annihilated in Overwatch 2 with no shield. You have a Bastion, right? You have a Zenyatta. That Ryan will have no fun when their shield is down. But when you play into the Ryan and they can just swing at you and hammer you and do all this, now you're giving that Ryan value. All because you're trying to play Sigma like you're playing Reinhardt.
Okay, what I was saying was somebody said like, oh, was there on out of position here? Like, why are people going to the cart, etc.? And I was saying, for some reason, whenever you get to overtime, what ends up happening is whoever has to stop the cart, becomes a magnet, and then the cart becomes a refrigerator. For some reason. And everybody just starts gravitating towards it like they're a magnet, and they attach to the refrigerator, and then they get rolled. And they wonder what the heck is going on. It happens all the time. It's just, that always happens. All right, here we go. Spam them out. Don't drop down yet. You don't have to drop. You gave up good positioning because, once again, you're not a magnet and the cart is on a fridge. You can give up some map control, especially with your comp. What is going to be a better result for your team? Winning the team fight right here with the cart being pushed here, or them pushing the cart all the way through here? Do you see what I'm saying? You got to keep that high ground for as far as you can. You can even stop the cart from here. Force them to have to take angles. When you drop down, you're playing right into what they want. Oh, yeah, no, if your team was telling you had to go Zarya here, your supports, I still have no clue. At this point, I have no idea, just to let you know. At no point would I have swapped to Zarya here. No, Byro, thanks for the preach master. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Your team keeps running to the cart. Regroup. Get a good team fight. Now, Monsters wouldn't have been awful. I can agree with that. What rank is this? Gold. Did a Tracer? I didn't even see what. They might have reset, or I have no idea. Did they pulse bomb? They might have pulse bombed and missed. I didn't see. I can look. Where's the Tracer at? Yep. See, they pulse bombed and missed. Oh, they got slept actually. They got slept. I'll watch this part again, but yeah. Even better. So this is gold, yeah. I mean, this seems like a gold game to me. I don't see this and go like this is not gold. I think this has been. You can tell by like the mechanics have been pretty good. It's more of like just the decision making and like what's happening in the team. I mean, that's just kind of what changed. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to point out I've seen enough on this one. Your support's positioning for the most part has been fine. Obviously, there was a couple moments. Your positioning at time has also been bad. You do not need to go Zarya. So this is time. It seems like one of those games where you were both of you like. Both the tank and the supports were trying to figure out who to blame, and they decided it was each other, and then they were just like throwing out random ideas that didn't even like make sense in these comps. That's what I'm getting here. Tank thought it was the support thought it was the tank, and they both were just not correct in this situation. Does that seem right? The moment that Rein drops, I want you to not go this way. Yeah. Rotate around. You can push in now. This is your one time, and I'll let you... Yeah, there you go. If there's a time to be aggressive there, it's a really low Rein with a low shield, and they already use their cooldowns. That is where you can be a little bit more aggro. But it's timing based, right? You spammed them out. You see that when you spam out a Rein? Not as much value. Or you get the point here. Now remember, this time around, I want you to break Rein shield. Don't... I think you might accidentally play the way you want to play this because you're in overtime, so you feel like you have to stick on the cart, and you're actually going to get better results because you're not overfeeded. Break the Rein shield. Break the Rein shield. Shoot the Rein shield. There you go. Not giving the Rein value. That Rein's only at 64% ult charge. Up too far? I mean, you could argue a little bit there, but I felt like the range was... Like, I'm not going to be like, you need to be exactly 25 meters away. If the Reinhardt can't swing on the Sigma, and you have enough opportunity to back away, you're fine. That's where I would say that. If they have a Lucio, you definitely have to play it a little bit differently, because the moment they speed boost on you, you fall over. So it's comp dependent. They don't have a Lucio, so there's a little bit more wiggle room on the distance, but that was much better played. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay with the follow-up on Rein there. Shield's dead. Now you can be aggressive. The Rein won't be able to do anything. You can be aggro if you want to. If you feel like you have to back up, that's okay too. Keep breaking the Rein shield. Don't play too aggro yet. You see how the Rein's losing all that value now? Because you see this Rein? Their value has dropped so much, right? Because you're not just running into them and getting swung on by the Rein. That Rein doesn't even have shatter yet. Do you see what's happening here, by the way? Because you're in overtime, you've been playing the way that you want to play against a Rein because you feel like you have to stay near the cart, right? So now it's playing into your favor because you're playing how you're supposed to play against a Rein. You see what's happening? Good rock. It's okay to be a little bit aggro here. The Rein's gonna fall over. Do you see that? Do you see how much value right there? Do you see the value that Reinhardt lost because you were playing it the correct way? Even though you played Sigma way differently on the previous attack, but because overtime forced you to play further back, you're now seeing the benefits of that. See? They haven't turned around once to see where the cart is or the supports are. That could be fair, and I think, like, that is a good thing to look for. At the same time, if I'm going to be honest with you, it can be a little bit, yeah, so. All right, you poop down. Now do what we talked about. Remember, in overtime, the cart is not a fridge, and you are not a magnet here, okay? It's okay to give a little bit of space. Don't play into the Rein. Play further back. Play further back. This is gold. Remember, don't play the... this is going to be one of those moments where I think your team wins this, so you can play aggro. Yeah, you're good. All right, the cart has been stopped. Will your team win now? Is the question. Let's find out. Ooh, they have a Zarya now. They have a Zarya. This matchup's okay for you, by the way. You don't have to switch. This matchup's okay. It's not my favorite matchup. It's not the worst matchup for you. It's not the worst matchup for you. Zarya, you're just gonna pay attention to bubbles. The moment Zarya, basically the moment Zarya uses both their bubbles, just be aggressive, shield behind them, and you'll get the kill. You'll be fine. Yeah, that Zarya will have no fun. One suggestion there is make sure your shield is down prior to that, and just make sure it's in a good spot so they get healed. But if you look at their comp, they won't be able to heal them anyway. So that's exactly how you want to play against Zarya. There is what you just did. That's why the matchup's okay. Granted, obviously, if you're getting snowballed, it can be difficult maybe to retake against like a Zarya. But oh, that's tough. What a play. Uh-oh. The Moira got a pick. Target focus is okay because you're on the Moira. You just saw you fade. Ooh, the shots. You should have this now, unless it should be a dub. That was a huge pick on Moira. I don't see anybody close to ult. Yeah, I think you win this. This is just going to be like a... That should be it. Got Brock? GG's. Perfect. There we go. All right, we're going to talk about this for 1 second. If you are playing Sigma against a Rein, I really need you to look more at spamming the shield out from a distance and not getting over to their face. When you're on Orisa, cooldowns are your friend, okay? Use your cooldowns efficiently. Don't spam them. Orisa can be that hero that feels like always a cooldown is available. Do that with Orisa. All right. Now, the initial part of this, you said that your supports are out of position. Not really. A couple moments here and there, I'd say. Obviously, like, we kind of explained a few of them. One of them on, like, the first attack or first defense. No, wasn't happening. Your supports were blaming you, saying you need to switch to Zarya. I have no idea why. You did not have to go Zarya. None of that needed to happen. So, both the support and the tanks were blaming each other. It just sounded like y'all were blaming each other because you needed to figure out something as to why you were losing, and it wasn't going to be on you, of course, right? So, that's it. That is my summary of this game is the supports and tank were blaming each other, and both were probably incorrect in that one. That's simple. I did not see either of the cases where you needed to go Zarya or your supports were massively out of position. I just didn't. If you like this video, make sure to like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. We have everyday uploads going on there. Every channel kind of has different videos on there. Keep in mind, the 3rd channel is everyday rank games too. So people have been asking for rank games. So definitely check out the more emongg channel where ranked is. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below in which you will see my Discord. Go to my Discord. There's a section there where you can submit spectatings. We record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right there. We have a lot of fun here, so stop by if you haven't. Stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.